Hey guys, Joshua of Restead Creative here. I'm in my home office on my iPhone, but I just wanted to take a couple of minutes and talk to you about some elements that make a website truly outstanding for a small business or nonprofit. See, it's common for people to think that a website is outstanding if it's just cool. It's just got to be cool. And hey, kudos to you if your website is just like flat out really freaking awesome. That's cool. It's great for a website to be cool, but what makes a website truly outstanding for a small business or nonprofit is a website that drives sales, drives conversions, volunteers, donors, readers, subscribers, the things that actually drive your organization forward. So, what elements? I've got six of them. What six elements truly make a website an outstanding website for a small business or nonprofit? First of all, a website that's truly outstanding for a small business or nonprofit is a website that's well maintained. Does your website have up to date contact info? Are your hours correct? When was your last blog post? Guys, do you have broken plugins? Do you have visible error codes on your site? I cannot tell you how many small business websites I've seen where there's a broken plugin on the homepage, the slideshow doesn't work, there's an error code about the server right up above the header. I mean, it's crazy. Are you still using Flash on your website rather than HTML5 elements? These things indicate whether or not your website is well maintained. A poorly maintained website is difficult for users to access. They may not be able to utilize all of the content that you have. And honestly, it may drive some people away or even be a security risk, like in the case of Flash usage. So, first and foremost, make sure that your website is well maintained. Secondly, for your nonprofit or small business website to truly be outstanding and deliver results, you need to make sure that you have accessible contact info. Don't just have a contact form and that's it. Especially if that inbox isn't watched like a hawk, you're not watching it real carefully because people may be trying to get in touch with you and you're just not paying attention. I once heard from a business in my area about how one company had contacted them for a quote and it got lost in their inbox. The person didn't check it. Got buried, and they didn't see it for 3 weeks. Finally, got back to the guy, but he had already gotten a quote from a couple other companies and chose another company to service him and his business. So you have to make sure that your contact info is accessible. I strongly encourage you to have a contact form, yes, but to also have your mailing address, your phone number clearly visible. Assuming that those things are for your business or nonprofit, don't put your personal info online in such a visible manner. But make it easy for people to contact you. Even better, put it on every page of your website. Put it in your header. Put it in your footer. Choose a place where everyone's going to see it. Next up, number 3, for a small business or nonprofit website to truly be outstanding, you have to be local optimized. That is, do you have a web page dedicated to your community? Is your address, your city and state, maybe your county, listed prominently on your website? You can do this with your address just being listed prominently, right? Your mailing address. Have you registered with Google My Business? If you have a physical mailing address, register with Google My Business. Put in all your business info. Make it really easy for Google to list you. You know if your company is listed with Google My Business if you are in control of those results in the sidebar of Google. If you search your business, go ahead and do that. Also, you need to make sure you're using local structured metadata. Structured metadata is something that my company is working with regularly on WordPress and non-WordPress websites, and part of that is local optimized structured metadata, and this informs Google and others who you are, what you do, how to contact you, where you are, etc. You need to be locally optimized. Or you could be losing out on local search engine results, which is death to a small business or a small nonprofit. So make sure you're local. All right, number 4 should be a no-brainer because I'm filming this on my iPhone. You're probably watching this video on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, something like that from your smartphone. But according to Google last year, the majority of websites indexed by Google are not yet mobile optimized. And in my experience, a lot of small business and nonprofit websites are still not mobile optimized. A website that's not mobile optimized is terrible to try to navigate on your smartphone, and you've done it. You go there and the menu is tiny, you can barely read stuff, you have to like be pinching in and zooming and doing all types of crazy stuff just to see and read the content. If your website is not mobile optimized, you are just losing out on visitors. If they go to your website, they're leaving, or they're not taking the actions you want them to, or they're not spending a lot of time on your website. Even worse, you're actually being deranked by Google and even Facebook in their newsfeed. You know, they monkey with the newsfeed like crazy now. For not being mobile optimized. So you're both losing traffic and you're losing visitors once they get to your website. So if you want your small business or nonprofit website to really be outstanding, deliver outstanding results for you, you have to be mobile optimized. If your site is not yet mobile optimized, honestly, the best thing to do is to build a new website that puts mobile first. If you're not prepared to take that step, there are a number of ways to add mobile optimization to an existing site. Depending on your current site structure, it may or may not be cost effective to do so, but it's worth looking into. Number 5, a lot of small businesses and nonprofits have never considered the 5th number on this list, and that is original images. Original images. If you're a small business and you're a local, let's say you're a local ethnic food restaurant, you're located near Main Street, you get a lot of foot traffic, and people are searching on their smartphones for something of your cuisine when you're in the area, and you're just stuffed full of stock images. Your homepage is a tile of stock images. You don't have any original photos of your food. You don't have any original photos in your kitchen, or you have very few. Your brand it just looks canned. It doesn't look original. It doesn't look authentic. You're not putting your best foot forward. And you should probably consider getting some original photography done, or creating some original graphics for your website. And this goes for nonprofits too, or any type of small business. Stock images, which are very popular with build-it-yourself websites, and companies that are blogging but don't think they have the time to take original photos or create original graphics. In our experience, poor images relate better to people. Poor images that are original and authentic relate better with your readers than a highly polished, gorgeous stock image, because they know it's a stock image, and worse, they may have seen it somewhere else before. Even more important, original photos increase your likelihood of your photos being indexed in Google Images, which can be a secondary source of traffic. So I strongly encourage your small business or nonprofit to use original photos. If you need a recommendation for a photographer or graphic designer, give my firm or myself a call. But you've got to use original photography if you want to. Finally, number 6, if you want your small business or nonprofit website to stand out online, make sure that you have value-added content. Value-added content could be regularly updated blog posts. It may be ebooks, articles, tools, something that's helpful. A website that helps your potential clients, customers, readers, subscribers, donors, volunteers, whatever it might be. Content that helps them before they're working with you formally increases trust in your brand, it increases relationship, it increases an emotional connection with you, and it keeps you at the forefront of their minds so that when they finally do need what you do or they want to contribute to what you do, they're going to give you a call or visit your website. They're going to buy from you, they're going to donate from you, because they already know who you are and they trust you, they believe in what you do. If your website is purely informational, you're losing out on this essential piece of the puzzle. If you want your small business or nonprofit to really excel online, publish blog posts regularly. Share a tool that helps your readers. Share a lengthy article that you wrote for some other purpose and you've retooled for your website. It could be a number of things. RestateCreative.com, we have an article on 5 types of value-added content that may be worth you taking a look at. Or give us a call or message me, and I'll give you a list of different types of content that you can utilize for this purpose. But value-added content can really drive traffic, drive conversions, increase trust. It's essential for an outstanding website. All right, guys, now that you know the 6 essential elements of an outstanding website, namely accessible contact info, well-maintained, mobile optimized, local optimized, original images, and value-added content, make sure that you follow that checklist, that you hit as many of those elements as you can, because it's going to propel your website. Whether or not it looks cool, and I hope it does, but whether or not it looks cool, it's going to propel your website far beyond your local competition, and it's going to increase trust and relatability in your brand. And honestly, that's the key to your business's success. Is building trust and relatability and accessibility with the people that you want to buy from you, volunteer with you, read your stuff, or donate to your organization, whatever that action might be.